Hey folks, Coach Sam coming to you live from Rise Strength and Performance. I want to talk to you about change of direction, how to be good at changing direction if you are an athlete. So let me go ahead and finish this right here. It says how to change direction, and then ladder drills. I have the S up there. Can I buy a vowel? Can I get a U? And then a C. And then a K. Ladder drills suck. They do not help with changing direction. They are good at helping an athlete memorize an exact pattern to move his feet on the ground. But I don't know if you've ever watched sport. I don't think if a linebacker is approaching me and I'm running with the football, they're going to be like, hey, in order for you to beat me, you have to be able to move your feet in and out inside this box a bunch of times. That's not how it works. You're going to have to do a whole lot more than that. You're not even going to do that. You're going to do completely different things. Okay? The first thing you're going to do is absorb force and load up your hips and your body. If somebody is running at you and I need to go this way, I'm not going to take 75 steps in a little box, then go this way. I'm going to plant my foot. I have to, whatever momentum and force I have going, say I'm going 30 miles an hour forward, I have to stop that momentum with my leg, which is a big reaction all the way up my leg, stop that momentum and be able to redirect that force. So let's say I have 200 pounds of mass moving forward. I have to, and I'm moving faster than what gravity would put on me. Let's just say it's 2 times the amount of gravity. I have to be able to plant one leg with 400 pounds of force in order to stop that 200 pounds times 2 of momentum forward. Then I have to redirect that force, so I'm going from 400 to 0, then from 0 to another direction. Okay, does that make sense? You can't respond, but I'm going to say that anyway because that's kind of how I coach. I'm going to make sure people understand. But stop that quick, turn out to the outside. Stop quick, you're out to the outside. You're not doing these little like tiny ladder drills. Stop, boom, out. So in order to do that, your legs have to be strong. Your legs have to be mobile. You have to have a strong trunk to be able to connect to all this mass you have up here. Okay? So if my legs aren't mobile, if they're not strong, and I don't have a strong core, then I'm going to fail at moving. Okay? Do you ever see people roll their ankles? It's because they don't have enough strength to absorb the momentum that they've developed to stop themselves. With that ankle can't take it. It collapses in. That knee can't take it. It collapses in or out. Tears an MCL and ACL. So all of the things up the chain have to be strong, up to the hip, up to the glutes, up to the hammies, up to the quads, to propel the body in another direction. Okay? So in order to change force, we have to be strong in those joints. How do we get strong in our ankles? We do single leg, heel elevated Bulgarian split squats. We'll do single leg hurdle hops. We'll do forced ankle rotations, getting our athletes used to being on the side of their foot because it will happen in a game. And if the body is not used to being in that position before a game and it gets in that position during a game with game speed, what do you think will happen? Probably not a good outcome. So a lot of single leg work, a lot of different movements for the ankle, for the foot to help get that area strong. Same with the knee. We got to get everything strong around the knee. We got all these quad muscles that attach here. We got all the calf muscles that attach up into the bottom. We got the patellar tendon, working on making those strong. How do we do that? Lunges, backwards sled pull. We go split hops. We go depth drops. We go vertical jumps to a stick. We go box jumps to a stick. There are tons of ways. You wouldn't really jump box to a stick, but jump box, then jump off to a stick. That is all going to make your body tighten up around your tendons, okay? So whenever I land, boom, the tendons are the first to absorb the force, okay? That sends the shock wave up the muscles, and the muscles help absorb all of the force, okay? If your tendons can't absorb that force, pops, all right? So you gotta have those strong tendons. How do you get tendons strong? Isometric holds. Like you jump and you stick the landing, you hold it for 5 seconds, it's really uncomfortable, you do that. You hit a split squat and you hold this for 5 seconds. I'm working this knee and the patella tendon like crazy, I'm working that back patella tendon like crazy. Do that for a 30-second hold and then go and do some box jumps. You're really gonna be working your tendons a ton in that to make those strong so that whenever you are on the playing field and you meet forces that are greater than what you are used to having, your body will be able to absorb that. Okay, so we got strong joints. We need mobile joints. Our ankles have to be able to move. Our knee has to be able to move in all directions. Our toes, our feet, everything has to be able to interact together with ground forces, with gravity, with our momentum, with the force that we're running with to absorb that force. So if our feet are locked up, if our ankles are locked up and they're not mobile enough, we're going to have problems. It's going to go up the chain. It's going to go up into the hip. It's going to go into the lower back. Could end up in the shoulder. Could end up in the neck. But it all starts down at the ground. We got to get moving properly through our feet, through our ankles, not just forward and backwards, but side to side, all sorts of different directions. So that's another thing we're going to work on. Then finally, we're going to be strong in our trunk. If our trunk is not connected to our hips well, and we're very loose, and we go to change momentum, the momentum of the upper half of the body is going to continue in that direction if we stop here and we can't brace through our midsection strong enough to have our midsection follow us in that other direction. Okay, so doing a lot of core work, a lot of rotational med ball throws, a lot of catches, a lot of lower back work on the reverse hyper, a lot of plank rollouts. Planking for a long period of time is not really that great. We got to teach our body how to develop and recruit the muscles of the trunk for a bunch of different movements, not just sitting in this motion here, okay? If we're gonna plank, let's plank on the side. Let's add weight, let's add rotation, let's add step up, let's add a band. We'll go into a bear crawl, have people push us around. There's all sorts of different ways we can work that midsection to make sure everything is connected up here to down here. So whenever we go to change direction, we're actually moving our entire body and not just our lower body. So in summation, ladder drills suck. Don't do them. There's tons of other stuff you can work on to get better at change of direction, back squatting, single leg squatting, trap bar deadlifting, plyo jumps, depth drops, core work, all sorts of stuff. Let's get in here. Let's get your kids strong. Let's get them trained up right. Stop following the stuff you see on Instagram, the stuff they see on TikTok. Let's get them into a professional coach, and let's get them injury-free and having a great season. Let's go.